we're back for another Dokkan battle video, and it looks like RADITZ is the next DokkanFest, the start of April DokkanFest. Now real quick, as far as this being April Fools, I don't believe so. If you guys remember, this literally happened last year, where we got the Videl teaser, and it's like, oh, this is April Fools for sure. And no, Videl was the DokkanFest, but she just happened to drop on like April Fool's Day. And looks like it's going to be sort of a similar thing where RADITZ is a character that I'm already seeing some people go like, oh, it's April Fool's. I don't think so. Although he is talking about Farmer with a Shotgun's power level right here, but they're not dropping. I don't think that this is a teaser for April Fool's Day. Because remember, typically those units come out on Global at the same time anyway. So it's like, we're not going to only see this on JP, right? So RADITZ is the next DokkanFest incoming. I do think RADITZ is a very worthy DokkanFest. I also think it's a really good idea that they're giving us another villain. Because it's like, with the 7th anniversary, I probably should have pulled them up earlier, but with the 7th anniversary units, right, we had basically these two LRs, the Gods and then Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, they cover like most of the super relevant heroes on these teams beyond Super Saiyan and Movie Hero. And then right here we have Fuse Fighters, GT Hero. Basically every like Saiyan character you want to run is pretty much on these two categories, right? Like most of them are on both of these. So it's like we are set, honestly, with like super class characters. Them spamming villain DokkanFest right now is not a bad thing. So we had Ginyu, we have Majin Vegeta, and then now we are going to have RADITZ here. So RADITZ has the DokkanFest. Here's the thing with Ginyu and Majin Vegeta, right? Neither of them introduced new categories into the game. Seems like with the introduction of the 200% leader skills now, where they do this right here, it does seem like they're okay with dropping DokkanFest units, major DokkanFest units, without new categories anymore. So let's just assume RADITZ is going to be working with the same sort of thing here, right? So let's go and take a look at what RADITZ has got in terms of his categories. He has Low Class Warrior, Pure Saiyan, Goku Family, Terrifying Conqueror, and Space Traveling Warrior. It's certainly not a lot of teams. Like, what is this team going to be? Is it going to be like Space Traveling Warrior and Low Class Saiyan, and then 200% would be for like Pure Saiyans or something like that? The only thing about RADITZ is he does have some very similar categories to Ginyu, right? I mean, Ginyu is already Terrifying Conqueror and Space Traveling Warrior right there. And it does seem like RADITZ is probably going to have one of those two. I don't foresee RADITZ being a Goku family leader. Something tells me that's probably not going to be the case. And probably not Terrifying Conqueror either. So that leaves us pretty much with Low Class Warrior, Pure Saiyan, and Space Traveling Warrior. I mean, they could do Low Class Warrior, sure, but that's not... I don't... like, look at this category team. Like, this doesn't really... I mean, this would get, like, version Z Goku in there. But I've been screaming for years about how stupid it is that every Goku in the Saiyan Saga is not on this category. When, you know, Vegeta is taunting him about being a low-class warrior. You know, Kaioken Goku, the LR that just dropped, should be on this category. And that's going to be a really nasty shaft if Raditz's leader skill has something to do with low-class Saiyans. This is just really unimpressive. One thing to keep in mind, they did just ECA all 5 of these characters, right? But these units really want to be used on Team Bardock. I don't know. I don't think they'll introduce it. They could introduce the Saiyan Saga, I guess, but Saiyan Saga would not exactly be a legitimate category either. Would it? I mean, we do have Grade 8 Vegeta and Kaioken Goku who are very good. We also have LR version Z Goku who's very good. Vegeta and Nappa suck, though. Like, we need, like... Honestly, we need a DokkanFest for Raditz, Nappa, and Vegeta from the Saiyan Saga, right? We really do. To sort of help fill out a lot of these teams. But I do think Raditz here is a good pick. The other thing, too, about a DokkanFest Raditz, a 200% lead Raditz, I am positive that LR Grade 8 Vegeta is going to have his third 200% team. And he is probably going to work really well with Raditz. Probably. These units are going to work incredibly well together. Now, one thing with Raditz that's very important, they fumbled hard with both Ginyu and Majin Vegeta. Can you guys guess how they fumbled? They're not good leaders. Their leader skill is good. They're not good leaders for these categories, right? Majin Vegeta, over in a flash and Royal Lineage is all he's got, doesn't work well with Buu Saga at all. I mean, yeah, there's like Angel Super Saiyan 3 Goku who's aged, normal Super Saiyan 3 Goku units who have aged, Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks who's aged, right? Like, it just doesn't really work that well. And same thing with Ginyu. So, hopefully Raditz, like, if we're going to have these 200% leaders, like, people just aren't interested in running non-200% leads. It really would help these teams be a lot more fun and versatile if these leaders weren't just, like, a concrete block, in one of the slots. Like, let's say, again, Raditz is geared towards Saiyans for his leader skill, blah, 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 whatever. But then he's also got, like, Space Traveling Warriors. Like, Raditz and, like, Bojack are not working well together, right? But if Raditz is, I don't know, a Rainbow Orb Changer, or if he supports or something like that, right? Then that would make the team just much more efficient and much better. If Majin Vegeta simply just... all they have to do for Majin Vegeta is make him a Rainbow Orb Changer. So, like, Majin Vegeta gets the Int Orb Changing under 88% HP. Get rid of the HP restriction, and then just change this to Rainbow Key Spheres, and Majin Vegeta comes a lot better. And then Ginyu needs support as well. Like, they gave Ginyu Force category allies 30% attack and defense. He should give all allies 3 key. And then Ginyu Force category allies 30% attack and defense. I think that's what Ginyu should do. That would have been a really good way to do that. So hopefully with Raditz, they put that into his kit. It's very difficult to sort of predict what his kit might look like, super attack effects. Really all we could do is look at his categories and then sort of predict his leader skill. I, again, don't necessarily think we're going to see him introduce a new category. So it's just down to this in terms of what team he's going to run. Again, a lot of similarities to Ginyu in terms of what his leader skill might look like. Now, one thing in particular about Raditz being introduced right now is we do still have... well, let me get rid of this. We have these two sitting here. So, these two characters, this guy just kind of has, like, the LR version Z Goku's kind of, like, super attack. Because, the version Z LR Goku's 12 key super is this guy from the fight with Raditz, right? But then this Piccolo has a really good super attack animation. He's unreleased. I would not be shocked to see both of these guys as the banner units, right? I think they could drop Raditz as the DokkanFest, then Piccolo and Goku sort of as banner units. I do think in the future, they could even drop Piccolo and Goku as like a DokkanFest, right, from the fight with Raditz. Maybe like an exchange unit or something like that, I think would certainly work as well. Now, Ginyu was very successful. I think he is the best CR in the game currently. We'll see what Raditz looks like, right? But Ginyu was given 2 incredible banner units. I would hope to see something similar for Raditz. So let's just say, for shits and giggles, he introduces the Saiyan Saga category into the game. I would hope that maybe like this Piccolo or this Goku would be a Saiyan Saga support type unit. I think would be... well, I guess we already have support version Z Goku, so maybe make Piccolo like the Saiyan Saga support unit or something like that, and drop him on there. Like, put out units that will help Raditz work better. I think is a really smart thing. And I have no issues, by the way, with them dropping 3 consecutive villain DokkanFests right now. Ginyu, Majin Vegeta, and then Raditz. Because we're going into Golden Week, which is going to have a very high-profile Saiyan character attached to it. Originally, we thought it was going to be Dragon Ball Super superhero stuff, but of course, the movie was delayed because Toei got hacked. But no matter what, I think a big-time Saiyan will be the headliner for Golden Week, right? Not really a shocking thing there. So they could get away with dropping another villain Dokkan Fest. And even though this is, again, the third consecutive villain Dokkan Fest, Majin Vegeta is not exactly like like this is like a hype like Saiyan character. I don't think Raditz is, but Majin Vegeta, like this is a big character for them to sell, right? So it's not really like, oh, they dropped another villain. Like it's like, yeah, but it's Majin Vegeta. Like it's one of the most popular characters in the series, right? It's not the same thing as dropping Ginyu or like Zarbon or some shit like that, right? Or even like Frieza. Like Vegeta is definitely more hype than all those characters. So let me know what you guys think about DokkanFest Raditz coming to JP Dokkan. Actually, we will be getting a part 2 LR. I mean, they're not going to do another LR Goku and Piccolo. No way. Like, another one. But there will be a part 2 LR for this beginning of April celebration. They're going to set up Saiyan Saga. I mean, they did just give us LR Kaioken Goku and LR Great Ape Vegeta. They want to give us Saiyan Saga, man. Sure, let's do it. Let's go for it. Let me know what you guys think about Raditz being the next DokkanFest. Thanks, guys, for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.